This is this. Okay. Wait, I'm so scared.
Of what?
This thing happened last time with Nick where I can't tell if it was because of these headphones. I don't know where it's coming from, but it was like a podcast from elsewhere, like a radio tuned in, and it was like talking about like Donald Trump and Kamala Harris and stuff. It was like a ghost in the machine, but like I didn't know, like I could not find the source. And I just thought I heard it, and it scared me so much the first time I heard it. I thought I was going crazy. I thought it was like a ghost for real. And then it happened again.
Maybe it was.
But then it happened when Nick was here, and I was like, oh wait, this is actually real. Okay, I thought I heard the spooky. This is like another just like mystery of the podcast. Like,
that's okay.
This is a podcast in progress.
I think there should always be some mystery on every podcast.
I really, frankly agree. Okay, now I'm putting my song on. Oh. Wow. Welcome to Classroom Crush. This is a song by a band from Ghana. I don't know why I said it like that.
For some
funk kind of group. They're called Marijata. I don't know if I'm ever saying anything right. This is an amazing song. It's called No Condition is Permanent. Hold on. Am I right?
I think you are.
Oh, shit. No condition is permanent. Not straightness. not the police say, if you could believe it or not.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
Not even white supremacy. Not even any of it. No condition is permanent. Check out that song.
That is a very moving title.
It's really.
I have trouble with that sometimes.
And let's talk about it. We're taking off our headphones. We're getting casual.
I feel like whenever I'm in a situation, it will last forever. Like if I'm not hungry at lunchtime, I'm like, guess I don't eat anymore.
Right. Okay.
I'm like, that's just not how I am anymore. I've evolved past that.
Yeah. The lunch is for. Remember when people said the plebes?
Yes, I do.
Remember
plebes.
that?
Plebs? Was it plebs?
I don't remember.
I said plebes.
It was mostly online. You're reading it a lot of the time.
Totally.
Yeah.
Plebeians.
That's what lunch is for.
Totally. But I was like, and then I would be hungry 30 minutes later, and I was like, oh, I was wrong.
And you were wrong. I think that this, I was talking about this in some episodes before, when I was breaking down what happened in the date where I accidentally had sex, classic. And
what do you mean you accidentally did?
Allison, you gotta just go back and listen to the episode to hear my step-by-step breakdown of what happened. Okay. Except no, it really was just sometimes you have sex even though you weren't in on it. Your heart wasn't in it. And I know. But we're not doing that anymore. I will say I followed up in the episode. I followed up with this guy, and we had an awesome talk about all that, and it went good. And then I will say the days later I started a boundary. Look at me.
You did?
I started a boundary.
Wait,
with a man. Can you imagine that?
It's hard to do.
I learned.
It's something that's hard to do.
I was so mad at myself for not asserting the boundary the first time. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to assert a boundary.
Is there any sort of hint to what the boundary might be?
Like that I said?
Yeah. You don't have to share it.
No. What was so awesome was that I was hanging out with someone and they asked, very much the opposite of what went down with my other time. They asked if they were kind of like, should we make out? And I was like, such an interesting idea. And I literally was like, should I? And I went back and forth until ultimately, well, the thing is I realized I was like, because immediately no condition is permanent except when someone asks you if you want, this is the thing. It's the feds, by the way, who want you to think it's not sexy to ask someone to kiss. Ever heard about that? It's the narcs and the feds. It can be, because immediately, actually, when he asked, I went, actually, yeah. I went, for a second, I went, and then I went, because I think it's nice to hear. I'm like, kiss me? That is a condition I want to be permanent now.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But then I was like, wait a minute. I feel like I'm going to end up being like, I accidentally kissed this person in a day. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And then I slowed down. And then I realized it's not about the kid. It's not about whether or not to kiss the person ever at all. But it was just not my plan that day. And I'm like, you know what? I want to go into it with intention. One day I might hit you up and be like, hey, it's time for us to kiss. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's important to check in with yourself around what you actually are wanting.
But I needed probably like a good 3, 4, 5 minutes. I was, but I think I need that. But I was like so appreciative to him for the space,
Absolutely.
I was like, okay, go off, King, giving me the space to dabble and consider.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
never in an so I understand this can be, we're learning every day, this can be happening and this can be done.
Totally. And like, who would want to make out with somebody that's not sure if they want to make out with them?
Right. I think a lot of people is the problem.
Right,
a lot of people are getting in their horny heads and they're saying, give me those lips, but we got to take a cool down, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm in my era of being like, what's
sexy?
What's sexy? No, not what's sexy. Of being kind of like, I just feel like I'm not having that much sex that I don't want to have.
Right. And this is why I had the regrets about the sex that I felt was accidental.
Yeah.
I said the whole point, girlfriend, was to not be doing such a thing.
It's hard.
We find ourselves in this position.
It's weird how it takes some time to figure out what you should and shouldn't be doing for yourself.
Ultimately, I think I'm like, hopefully that was the last one, that I'll feel that way about, at least for a long time. Mm-hmm. Like I needed to, unprofessional. She's just really popular.
Wow.
She's just really popular. Nobody's texting me. No, yeah, I'm ultimately no regrets, just love. And then I was able to, I was glad to be given an opportunity to course correct very soon after and be like, you know what? I am a good girl.
Was it the same person?
No, it wasn't the same person.
Okay.
Which made sense.
To you, it felt like, okay, this is like, I learned something and now I'm applying it.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. And I think we all need such an opportunity.
I love to apply my learnings.
This is Classroom Crush and we're learning.
Yeah, I have to learn. It's
okay. I should tell the people who you are. They know who you are. This is Alison O'Conor. Hey. She's the funniest in the game.
Thanks.
Your podcast is
Decadence.
Decadence
a
on
podcast about glamour.
Ever heard of it? I haven't. Look at me.
I know. I'm like kind of like, don't look at me. But yeah,
that used to be able to be the point of the podcast.
I know.
I'm so over it.
It's a visual medium now. What do you want to see? Two girls sitting next to each other?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. I'm like, what do they want to see? This? Yes.
I guess.
I think they kind of do.
Okay. Oh, you want to watch two beautiful women in conversation?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Speaking honesty and truth to power.
Right. Oh, okay.
Sitting on a brown couch, green wall.
Brown couch, green wall.
Kind of looking like a tree.
Color scheme of a tree.
Allison, last time you were on the podcast, we were simply in quarantine.
Literally. I remember
I was being so funny in my little apartment, being like, what if I call people on the phone? I said, I'm going to call people on the phone like it was actually so fun to gab on the phone, like high school. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
And a lot of things have changed for you. No condition is permanent.
It's true.
The top 3 things that have changed for you go off now.
Well, I came out as a lesbian.
Woo!
Which is crazy.
And we're talking not even bisexual.
Not even bisexual.
She said it's the L word.
Gay. And like homo. Which is cool. Yeah, so that's cool.
So awesome.
It's crazy to be like, wait, like that used to not be the reality that I lived in.
I know. And the thing is like what's trippy about podcasts and the internet is that, and I go back and forth with this, being the now obviously very evolved person who's only having accidental sex one time, is to realize that version of you exists recorded out there because of me. Yeah. And also, but probably because of you. I'm sure there's things recorded of you everywhere else.
I mean, I was doing stand-up for, 4 or 5 years before ever coming out.
How do you feel about her? She's valid. Of course, we love her.
I totally love her. Like, I feel like it's funny to look back on. I think I'm happy to be like, at the point I'm at now where I'm like, I feel so comfortable in my life and myself and stuff. And I remember feeling like not that way, feeling more like weird embarrassment about like, you know, a prior life. But now I'm like, wait, that was just part of the vibes and the journey.
It was simply Miley Cyrus to climb. You had to be her to get here today.
Totally. Like, I feel like I literally had to leave no stone unturned, re like dating men, to be like, wait, that's actually not my tea.
It's actually not my tea to be dating men sometimes.
I really like gave it a really good try.
You gave it a what's it called? College effort?
The old college try.
College try?
Yeah. And
so that's the top thing. You're a lesbian now. Thing. What's number 2?
Number 2 that's changed since COVID. Oh my God. I'm like,
you're really skateboarding now.
Legitimately everything. I mean, like
every
I feel
single
like
thing.
I was skating more then, but
really?
I mean, I love skating, but I was like at the skate park having no job during COVID.
That's true.
But like now I just kind of cruise around my neighborhood.
Very cool.
What do I do now? I mean, a lot has changed. Yeah, I think my comedy career has been totally impacted by the thing about coming out is everything. It touches everything and makes everything better.
Yeah.
So I think like, I have like more beautiful relationships and I like
every man you know dead to you now.
I mean,
you
like,
drop them all immediately. No, I'm just.
It's just I'm like,
you have a crew of 7 lesbians who will walk around with you in the city streets.
Hey, I got guys with me.
That's cool.
You know, but I'm.
I'm saying that would be cool. I see you
7
doing
lesbians.
That.
Oh yeah.
Like
I mean, I definitely
motion.
have a beautiful chosen family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The third thing that we've decided is the top thing that has changed for you.
I guess my first thing was I'm gay. Second thing was being gay made everything different, including my career and relationships. And third thing is I think I figured out a haircut that works for me.
Yes.
That's probably, I kind of feel like,
huge.
You know, between 2020 and 2025, I definitely am like, I've had a glow up, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of a glow up time.
Right?
I think, obviously.
In 5 years, you're like, I guess I look cuter now. Is that okay?
Well, you know what's interesting is what I'm definitely I am for sure cuter because of how I was in the depths and the darkness of my soul.
Yeah,
in the last 5 years, and that doesn't really make you cute.
No.
But it's funny to just also look back and realize, wait a minute, was I pretty this whole time? You know what I mean?
Wait, that's so true.
And you're like, fuck. Shit.
I feel like when you become more embodied, which just happens with age, you're like, wait, I look so slay because I'm like confident.
Right. Exactly.
And I also like, you got to try out some weird outfits for a while.
Yeah, so true.
You've got to be doing some interesting things.
You've been doing so many interesting things, namely sex with women.
That's true.
But also growing and changing because of that. When did you... Because we're gonna talk about.
Or do we talk about my old classroom crush? I want to say I also stand by my former crush.
For sure. Who's calling me?
Someone's calling you.
I hope that doesn't interrupt the call. Oh, it's FaceTime and it's gonna be baby Sita. It's okay. I'll call her back. I love her. This is the baby in my life.
Oh my God.
Colette Sita. I call her Booba. She's the cutest baby.
She sounds adorable.
You want babies?
I don't know. Do you?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, but with someone that I know definitely really, really wants it because I'm the child of a father that didn't need that child, and I don't need to do that to nobody else.
I think that's totally, absolutely.
Yeah. So, but
yeah,
I'm like,
it would be ideal if both partners want the child.
Like so bad and have like real ideas on how this kid's gonna, not only endure this harsh world, but change it for the better.
Oh.
Only my child must be revolutionary, if not trash.
Damn, be careful.
Damn,
that's how you get
watch
a
out,
kid who's
future
like
child.
a banker.
No, I know.
You're manifesting like...
I end up having the lamest kid.
You're going to have a kid that's like, I fucking love football.
Yeah, and it's kind of the coolest parents. I'm like, who's my partner that makes me the coolest couple? I don't know.
We'll work on that.
We'll work.
That comes next.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Okay. So your last classroom crush was a boy.
Was Brian, but I really stand by Brian. I will say Brian did have the longest hair of any of the boys.
Right. and this is
my crushes like retroactively are kind of like they are making sense in every way.
Totally.
Like, you know, they say, I learned from my first therapist, you were doing the best you could with what you had at the time.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, like
hair.
with like everything was like adding up to make sense. I was like, yeah, there is something there. I also do think like, whatever, I don't consider myself bi, but I'm more bi than some people.
Well, ain't it a scale, as they say?
Totally.
Ain't it a spectrum, as they say?
Absolutely. So
I mean,
I'm
it's
like,
such I think it's so interesting to talk about like gender in this way as it relates to orientation, because I think people kind of understand that gender and orientation are different in like a mainstream way.
Yeah.
You know? But also not necessarily. They don't like totally like they will group certain elements of gender and orientation in with each other. But it's also interesting to talk about sexuality in relation to gender when it comes down to like, but also gender's dead vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, gender is real. I think
gender's real.
Gender's real. I don't think it's like, I don't know. I think it's real. It means a lot to people.
No, totally.
But I think that I do a joke about this.
Yeah.
I have a joke in my act where I say, I'm a lesbian, but I don't only date women. I'm a dyke. I'm not a cop.
Right.
You know,
right.
where it's like, okay, like, I don't know.
And by gender is dead, meaning that like the concepts around it that we have grown up with are dead, and all of the things are like, because it's like and you know, on the Classroom Crush Rap, I'm like remembering all of the like guys that I had crushes on growing up that like would be considered androgynous.
Yeah,
you know
totally.
I mean?
Where you're like, this is kind of, some emo shit. Just some like,
I
don't know, bendy stuff was going on.
Totally.
And
some of the prettiest boys you've seen in your life.
Yeah, there was something there. And
Yeah.
it's not like, I don't know. I'm like, young me was valid.
Totally.
That was a real crush.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like being like but there were times where I had a crush that was like, I totally just like needed to have a crush and just like pick somebody.
Yeah. Proximity is power in those situations. But we're looking back. We're doing investigative journalism upon your past. And so you have some other new like realizations around some
like
young classroom crushes, right?
I know. Yeah. I was thinking about this because I feel like I wasn't closeted in the way that I was like knowing myself. I was like closeted in the way where I was just not perhaps clocking like what things were supposed to feel like or whatever,
or what they were supposed to mean.
Yes. And I think so much of that is just like, I don't know, like I didn't have like really a big crush on like anybody in my high school or something. I was just like, I think I also like my type is people who seem gay.
Like in what way?
Like gay people. Like there wasn't like a gay. There wasn't anybody that was like giving like, right. And like a bunch of us like after the fact have come out as queer, and like there were, you know, people with kind of like a dykey vibe, I guess, but like. Right. We all kind of looked the same, and it was just a bit like, I'm not.
Because where'd you grow up again?
In Houston.
Yeah.
We had uniforms. There was just like a certain style, and I was just like, we all just kind of dressed like in a big t-shirt and Nike shorts and whatever, and it was just like there was no like, I don't know. It didn't occur to me.
Right. It wasn't a part of like your daily like language or what you're thinking about.
But there was like behavior that I was doing that was gay, and like feelings that I had that were gay.
Yes.
But I just wasn't ever like
Were you just like, we're just so close? Was that what are the behaviors?
Like behaviors, I would say like if people were naked, I was really uncomfortable, or like I was really uncomfortable with my own body, or like I didn't want anybody to think I was like looking at them.
Right.
And like I think that comes from a little bit of like, wait, like if I didn't find something like there is something there for me.
You're like, I don't want them to know that I'm looking because I might be looking.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, if I looked, and so I was just very, there were, I feel like girls that like don't have any inkling of like queerness don't
it's
really,
not as
it's like zero anything. It's like you're not thinking about like, oh no, they're gonna think I'm gay,
right?
But like
the call is coming from inside
I know, so I had a lot of feelings of like, oh, like I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable or think like I am looking at them or like I might like be doing anything gay, because in my back of my head I was just
like, what
gay.
are you, gay?
Yeah,
girl,
like,
what are you, gay?
I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna think I'm like a lesbian or something. And there were so many like,
what was the tone around that in your school in that time for you?
Very like the word lesbian was like, people, I remember like if somebody looked bad, they'd be like, oh my god, I look like a lesbian right now.
Right. Yeah. You know, I've thought about this a lot because I'm also like in my post breakup, like it's my time to be sexually alive and exploratory and things that it's so funny because I didn't really re-listen to it all the way back, but I like went kind of through our episode and it's like, we were talking about this type of thing in the last episode because you were like about to go on your first like date with a woman, pre-quarantine, and then obviously that got shut down, and I was this is funny. This was right before I was going to get into my relationship that would ultimately be bad. But I was like, yeah, I'm in the city. I'm going to be young, wild, and free. I might go on a date with a woman. Who knows? And then I ended up getting into a codependent relationship with a man, you know?
Totally.
But we were both at that like point. I'm at that point again, or like in general, you know, because I'm like free again. But I'm also kind of like, thank God I'm reapproaching this point now with at least way more understanding about like deeply embedded shame that like things that I've had to think about in the last few years, things around boundaries, things around like personal like bodily like autonomy, like being embodied, all of it, you know, that I'm like, you know, maybe if I would have actually tried to explore that at the time, I would have been so shut down by, because I was like fucking 23, 24. I would have been so insecure. I'm still like insecure about a lot of it, but I'm like more confident and more empowered towards it, where I'm like, what if I just fucking make out with someone? I'm allowed to make out with someone at least, you know? But I can't remember how I got here.
Well, I think just like following
the shame and the insecurity.
Yeah, being like I don't know. Things happen when they should.
Right.
And it's kind of like, I don't know. Yeah. I felt like at the time, I remember it was hard because like when I was coming out, it was like, you know, everything was so shut down.
Now I remember because my dad used to call me, I can't remember why it connected to that. Yeah. But because my dad, whenever I looked bad, used to be like, what are you, lesbian? He would do that. Yeah. So then that is also like, I'm ugly. Ugly is lesbian and I am it. And I don't want to be ugly or lesbian. I know. So I can't even be a little bit of that.
I know. And then it's like whenever... it's so fucked, like the way that word is charged. So like when I started to use it for myself, it felt like so freeing. And then also to be like, wait, the things that like society thinks are like the worst ways that a woman could look is like the fucking like sexiest shit in the world to me. Yeah. Like, and I think it's like so powerful and like, I don't know, but like, People hate women. People hate women, and like butch phobia specifically is so rampant because they just like cannot conceptualize like the slap in the face to the patriarchy.
So true. How dare you?
Yeah, it's like, oh, like I don't know. It's like it's just so
They're gross. They're jealous. They're basically getting jealous.
People are fucking jealous.
They're like, fucking jealous.
God.
So we can look back at some like relational things in your childhood with like a new lens now.
Yeah. And it's like, it feels like fun. And I feel like so much love for like the kind of like clueless girl that had to like move to New York to be gay.
Totally. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to get out of your hometown to be gay.
I genuinely now, like when people say like, why did you move to New York? I used to always say like for stand up. And now I'm like, I moved to New York for stand up and to be gay. But I didn't know I was moving there to be gay. But basically as soon as I got there, I was like, oh shit, I'm fucking gay. Cause I had like, for a year, it took like about a year.
A bisexual transition or no,
yes,
right?
Okay. I did. Of like, and I kind of always knew this like in college, or not always knew, but like I was like, yeah, like I feel like at some point like I would like, but my boyfriends used to be like, you need to hook up with a woman. Like they would be like, you're gay, like you're kind of fruity. Like they would be like the things I would say.
Like supportive?
And I think,
is that that's kind of nice? I guess.
I think it's kind of nice. It's kind of weird because I'm like, oh, like, but do you were sealing your fate in a way, but right. Like, yeah, I think like the way that it was to date me and like
which was how.
I don't really know. I think
just a little too gay for these straight boy men.
Yeah, like I think it's just like I'm gay and like I say some kind of gay shit and like maybe I'm having sex kind of gay. I don't really know.
Can we get these boyfriends on the line? Was Allison having sex kind of gay?
I'm like, I don't know what I did that made them feel that way, but like
just be a lesbian. That's what it was.
I was just like, they were dating a lesbian and they kind of knew.
But they were like, what am I going to do? Not date anyone?
And I feel like I dated kind of like creative guys that were used to maybe like
they have always been dating lesbians.
Yeah, or like bi girls. Like that's probably the reality they had to them was like,
and you dated them for a reason as well. You find each other
exactly. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna date the guy who does poetry.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
of course, that's my boyfriend. What?
Duh.
Like obviously.
So,
but yeah.
So you we were talking a little bit before about this.
Oh, the inklings of
someone.
Yeah.
Of looking back like, oh, maybe that was a crush.
That was kind of gay. Yeah. I remember like, okay, so the coolest girls at my high school were like, they showed up looking kind of disheveled. Like I have to say, like it was very like Mary Kate and Ashley, like no makeup, like hair kind of fucked up, like
right.
Like tennis shoes. And like, but we all had a uniform. And I remember like there was this one girl that was like, they were all like very pretty, obviously, but just like kind of like really like natural and like cool and like above it all. Like it was like I was like putting on mascara and it was like you'll never be cool because it's like you care. That's the first mistake is caring.
I would really hate a white girl who could just really wear no makeup and just kind of vibe out. Yeah. I would always be like full face, like to see my naked skin.
I was just like
blinding like the sun.
Yeah, crusting my zits in like powder. It was like, oh my god.
They're like, surely no one will be able to tell now.
Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, I've just given it texture.
Oh, it's putting a hat on it. It's insane.
You're like, ding.
I remember, so my best friend Ellen, she's a dyke, and we went to high school together, and like she wasn't out, but she, whatever. But like, neither of us were out to each other. I didn't know then. I should have known, but like, I just like, I had no gaydar.
Yeah.
But I remember she was like friends with these popular girls, and I had to come into a class one time to like deliver something to the teacher. And I left, and then she told me later that like one of these popular girls, I guess we'll call her Brittany or something. She's like, Brittany said when you walked in, she said that girl's really pretty. And I remember being like, my heart like totally stopped. And I just feel like it's such really like pretty. A weird moment of like little kind of baby teenage gay camaraderie of being like, she said you're pretty. And like, you're going to want to know that. And I am somehow knowing that that's important to...
And it stopped your heart. It stopped you dead in your damn tracks. It just made me be
like, she said that about me?
Yeah.
Like, and you're like,
what?
That was just like, I still remember that moment and how that felt.
That's a thrill. I mean, to be called pretty by anyone, but there is something to be called pretty by someone who is known to be pretty.
Yeah,
also.
like a popular girl, and just to be like, wait, you saw me, and like, I don't know. And then my friend,
and you said it out loud.
You said it, and like, it was like, wait, what? Like, it just meant so much more than any other like compliment. I was
right.
Like, and I don't think it was, that's just kind of homo.
Wonder if she's gay. Wonder if she gay now.
There's so many people like now that I am where I'm at, where I'm like, will you ever see the light? You are. And it's just like, you know, like there's some women that are just gonna like every year wear a mustache on Halloween and never examine that further.
Right.
You know?
And that's just gonna be their outlet.
And it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's like in my sorority, I was like in the skits.
I almost forgot you were in a sorority.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was.
So good.
Yeah.
I remember like, it was like, what?
Yeah.
Just you being in a sorority. So funny.
It was random then too.
Yeah.
I was like still kind of just my
funnier now that
current
you're
vibe.
gay, unfortunately. It's
no, of
even
course.
funnier.
And there's multiple people that are from my sorority that are gay now.
Yeah.
But
and that's why you're seeing so many naked girls all the time. You're in a sorority, everyone's getting changed in front of each other. I don't know how sororities work.
Yeah.
Is that
naked.
the porn fantasy version of it?
Yeah.
All of the girls are just in a big room.
Yeah. We all had our own rooms. Or like I had one roommate. So I saw my one roommate, but she was, you know, my sister.
Right.
I'm like sorority sister. But I'm also kind of like, that's my diva.
Yeah.
But where was I going with this?
You were in the sorority. Like about people who are gay now?
No, but
or
I was going to say, wait, where was I? Oh my God. Listening to this would be so frustrating.
We were talking about who's going to see the light.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I did the skits in my sorority and there were like always some of us that were like playing boys. And I'm like, there are just some of those girls that were like loving that so much. And I'm like, it's like, you're just gay. And like most of us that were being the boys in it came out as gay. But there's a couple left that I'm like, you have a husband and you're gay. And like, that's just, you're going to be frozen. And you're never gonna come
and you're just gonna
place.
Wait for your next opportunity to perform in a sketch.
Literally.
This, I think, goes across the board. There are people that, let's just say, you do improv with people for enough time. And improv, you can make it up. You can do whatever you want in that moment. And there are a couple of things that can happen in improv. A, you could have a crush on someone in improv and why are you always making me your wife? Okay. Take me out on a date. Why don't you? There's another thing that can happen, which is like, I do know men who always play the women and like in a good, and like they're great. You know?
They're not being like,
but it's like the instinct and they do it well and comfortable.
And they like, I'm like, there's something there for you.
Yes. I'm like, investigate further.
There's something that feels honest there for you.
Yes.
And I think that's legit awesome.
Totally.
But like, let's
think
about
it.
What feels good there. What is it that feels really natural?
Right. And it's like, especially like, listen, sometimes boys want to be touching and be in a scene and touch.
Yeah.
And that's great. And go for it.
I know. It's there's just
maybe on stage and maybe off. Who knows? Possibilities are endless.
Yeah. I
want freedom for all.
I do too. And it's kind of like the cool thing about being gay is like, yes, okay, I have accessed this and like now all my friends are queer. And like I think that's important. But there's just when you see somebody where you're like, you're not living really
your full life.
I'm like, there's more for you.
Yeah.
And
but sometimes you can see it for them and they can't see it for themselves.
Sometimes I know that they can see and feel it,
but they're scared
and they won't take that step. It's scary. Yeah. It's scary.
Well, okay. I want to get back to this. Now I forgot what else I was going to say, so I'm going to get to it.
Is it more about the classroom crushes?
No.
Okay.
Can't remember.
Oh wait, I did want to tell you one thing.
No, tell me.
Which is that I, like in high school, sophomore year, this like really beautiful girl who went to my church told me that she had a crush on this guy. And I had never noticed him before, but I noticed her every day. And I was like, she said like, isn't he really cute? And I was like, yeah, I guess he is.
Sure.
And so then I was like, I have a crush on him. And then I like,
because she told you.
She was like, isn't he cute? And I never thought about it. I had never like seen him that way. And then I kind of was just like, mentally, I was like, okay, yeah. And then he became my boyfriend and we dated for over a year in high school. Yeah.
That's the power of a woman.
Literally.
This woman's word.
I was like, so you were so hot that I stole your man?
That's crazy. And what happened with did you stay friends?
With her?
Yeah.
We weren't even really friends.
That's you.
I don't think she like cared for me very much.
Well, after you took the guy she thought was cute.
Fair enough. But
no,
really
guys.
She was, yeah.
Wait, that's really funny.
I know.
No, I mean, sometimes you just have to have the proximity to the person.
Yeah,
you know?
I was just like this is.
Oh, like, well, that's your world. Okay, I'll be in your world.
Yeah, like I'm seeing this through your eyes now.
It's just so funny that you got and dated him for a year.
Year and a half.
A year and a half.
It was crazy. And I was like,
how old are you?
I'm not ready for sex. Like the whole time. I was just like, I'm not ready for that. It's so convenient to be closeted and Christian.
Yeah.
Because you're just
that's
like,
the case for most.
You think you're just like really good at being Christian.
Right.
Like if like you living in purity culture.
Sorry. Can't.
There's so many fucking gay closeted people who are like Young Life camp counselors.
Oh, brother.
That's where they live.
I was just in Miami for the last like 7 months ish before I got here. And listen, the Cuban machismo, that is so like just an overcompensation for so many of these men. It's like you're doing violence when you really could just be gay.
Exactly.
Please just be gay. You love Trump, you could just love your boyfriend.
Exactly. That's
what it is. They want to, I think at least 30% of the Trumpers, at least in South Florida, they just want to SMD and they want to have a community of other men who kind of want to do that as well, but they can't. They're just very scared, and so they do fascism instead. It's very sad.
It is sad, and I don't think that like everybody who is homophobic is like secretly closeted, but I do think there's specific.
You're like obsessed.
There's specific people where you're like, oh, like you're like talking about like how disgusting it is to suck dick in a way that you're like really envisioning sucking dick.
Right. Like no one's thinking about it as much as you in this room right now.
Really
you're visualizing.
like, loving it.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. But it's like, this is true of this, but it's kind of like a lot of things for me. Like I've found so many things in my life that I've had like the first like, no, I don't like them or I don't like this kind of gut reaction thing has been something that it's like,
what is that? Sorry,
I think it's shame. I think it's shame. I think it's like, I realized that I had this a few different times with people and in Chicago, and it's something that I think is like very a pattern for me in relationships in general, like no matter what the context is like where I would meet someone and I'd be like, I don't like them. Like they're kind of too much, or like they're kind of annoying, or like I don't know.
Yeah.
And then like I get to know them actually at some point, and then I'm like, they're just like me. They're just like me.
Yes.
And I love them. But when I first met them, since I have self-hate, I was like, no. And I think that just goes across the board. It's just like a sort of a shame thing.
Yeah. Or like jealousy or like something of like, I'm drawn to something in you. There's something about you that I really admire.
Yeah.
And I'm upset. There's something in myself that I feel like is lacking. It's like the thing that you have, I wish I had. Right. So now I'm mad at you instead of like, it's like being like, I admire you.
Because you're just like me, but you're doing it and you're not scared and you're doing it like out loud, you know?
And so,
shit. It's been super, super enlightening for me to read back in old journals and like look at old videos and stuff. I've never been more like happy that I'm always taking videos of shit or like have just certain things on tape where I'm like, oh, now I can see that girly was being small. And I think it was very disorienting for me particularly because growing up, a lot of people thought I was very adult and like I could do a fake it till I make it kind of like confidence. And when I would ever talk about like feeling insecure or whatever, people would be like, what are you talking about? You're like so confident. You're the most confident. I'm like, you don't see the truth. And when I look back, I'm like, I can really see the truth now.
The ways that you're like, like literally overcompensating. I think, I think that's so real, especially as like a young girl that does present as really confident. Like that was me too. Like I was very outgoing. Like I was always extroverted.
Yeah.
I was always like pretty smart, good at school, like not shy.
Right.
And so then it's like, oh, but there is so much like fucking tightness inside that you're like, oh, okay, this is
what I've realized now is that I have like, I guess, well, I'm getting into therapy. I'm figuring out my insurance and stuff, but like, I have to find someone basically, but like post-punch, like PTSD, etc. I now understand like, oh, all of this is valid and real, but like I have anxiety. Like I have had this simmering anxiety here for this whole time. And like, now I'm understanding how it has manifest like throughout my whole life and has really like it's this super weird thing of like, I was always balancing trying to appear and move in a fearless way where I would make like bold and fearless moves. Like I think about it now being in LA and like how I came here when I was like 22 and had these famous people on my podcast that I was obsessed with. And I was like, fuck it, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know if I'm good at this.
Yeah.
You know, but
I
also
feel like-
I was so showing up being like, but definitely I'm not loved. But they've said yes to me, but they think I should die.
Yes. No, it's crazy how like the weird dichotomy of like how bold we were when we were 22, 23 versus like, wait, why did I actually get more confident, but then like my risks feel less crazy? Because you don't know, you
don't know what you're risking a lot of the time.
Exactly. And there's also, I think, an element of safety in being like really naive and people being like, oh yeah, like I'll take a chance on this random 22-year-old.
Sure.
And then when you're 30, it's like, so it's a little less cute now, huh?
Yeah, right.
Because then people are like, what do you want from me? And when you're 22, you can be like, can we get coffee? And I'll ask you a million questions. And it's like, if you're 30, it's like, that's not cute.
Yeah, it's like, leave me alone.
It's like, if you're 22 listening to this, seize the day.
Seize the day.
Send a DM to your hero.
Yeah.
But don't be weird.
But don't be weird.
It's hard because you'll send the DM, but then you'll be weird.
I mean,
and now I won't send the DM, but I will not be weird.
I just know that I was young. And I know that I was like, I don't know. So much of it is so pure and so real and me. And kind of and that is in and of itself kind of weird. Like I think about like having Hayes Davenport on my show and talking to him about how I was like making out with like a 24-year-old when I was like 16, and he's like so uncomfortable, so funny. Honestly, I think that's kind of legendary. But the thing is I'm like go for it, risk it all, but the ideal is to be as realized, you know, as possible and without shame guiding you, because well, it's funny because it's like it also just manifests in like a sexual way specifically too, because I remember like I was a super sexualized, I think, person
as a teenager.
I mean, I lost my virginity when I was 16, very much on purpose, very much like I gotta get this done now. But like I was just like, I was interested in sex. I was interested in like I watched porn for the first time when I was 8, which was probably
kind of young.
Did a number on her up here. But it made me feel like I was very versed in sex and like porn and stuff. So I would like talk about it like I knew stuff, and or I would just like I would engage with it as if I was way more sexually realized than I was, but I didn't realize how not sexually realized I was at the time, because I was like, well, I am. I'm like going to Exotica, you know?
Yeah.
I'm cool. I get sex. But I'm like, but then she'll just, you know, but then I'll do a thing now, like have accidental sex. I've been thinking about that, about talking about it on this podcast. I'm like, that was embarrassing of me. Like, I mean, like it's good to have talked about it on the podcast. I think it's like, it's a sort of situation that happens to a lot of people. And that's why I wanted to talk about it. But it's like, no, yeah, it's so another thing of like, you can talk the talk, but are you walking the walk of like understanding, like, yeah, like the shame and the inability to like set certain boundaries or whatever. Like, yeah, I've been watching sex and engaging with sex my whole life, but I don't think I've ever like really, you know.
Yeah.
And even like looking back at all the sex that I had in my like teens and like early 20s before this relationship, it's like, yeah, that was a lot of sex that you weren't enjoying.
Literally. And it's like, I would like, what were you?
And it's like, but I was always like, but I can't come for sex. Sorry, I just can't come for sex. And then I found out that's not true.
It's totally.
When you find out that that's not true, after all those years,
huge revelation.
Sucks, but it's also good.
It is good.
But it's also
anything
like,
that you can learn about yourself is good.
Totally.
But then that makes you feel different about when you didn't know.
Yeah, definitely. It's like, it's, I'm looking back and I'm going, oh girl.
Yeah.
You know? But it's okay. I have all the rest of my life to live.
Say that.
You
do.
You know? But this is where I'm like, yeah, I don't want to have mediocre sex anymore. Only good sex, please. Great sex.
Or at least like if
Safe,
it ends up
awesome.
bad, like at least if it's my idea to have it.
Right.
That's cool.
Right.
And then you're like, wait, that hottie, we were not meant to be.
Right. But I think it is like the whole, especially like when it comes to shame and coming from sex. I keep saying coming for sex is the funniest thing. Coming for sex.
I can
I'm
for
coming
sex.
for sex.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about him coming for sex.
The sequel to the show Dying for Sex.
Yeah. She died and then she had to come for sex.
Yeah.
I didn't finish watching that show, but it was good when I started it. And then I was getting sad. And I was like, I gotta go do that. I gotta go have sex. I might die. But no, I think it is because we were starting to talk about this fear thing. It's like you have to go into it not fearful, and I think or you know, like in any way, like to be able to fucking like have a free, liberating experience. Don't break anything, Kat. This is what he does. He's too big. He's so cute. But I want to talk about there's so many people who will maybe die in the closet, and that sucks. When and there are some people I know I'm thinking of right now. We all got a few.
We'll name them now.
Well, I want to know about when did you because you obviously did not let that fear stop you from exploring. So like you didn't have a date when last time we recorded.
Oh, okay.
But when did you find out?
When did I like
I'm the big thing? Capital L.
Yeah,
actually. What was the conscious decision? Was it a conscious decision?
It was a bit like after that, like there were still a couple. Yeah, I was kind of on my like, I know I'm queer. I definitely know I'm queer. Like I remember pre-COVID, my like ex-boyfriend too had like confessed feelings for me. And I remember crying, being like, I can't do anything with you. I'm like, I need to figure some shit out.
Yeah.
And this was like before like, you know, scheduling this date. Like even that was like a huge step for me because it fell after like I had sort of like a gay crush that didn't go well in my real life. And I had the realization that I was like, if you want to do gay stuff, you have to like come to terms with like you are a gay person. It's not gonna be like it's not gonna be like in a movie where like I really wanted it to happen where like I just ended up having an encounter that like ushered me into like being able to be queer and like have a queer life.
Like, and now I'm eating pussy.
I thought I would be able to kind of like have that. And then I realized like people who are gay don't really want to like, it's not, I don't think it's a problem for people to like be with somebody that's not experienced.
Right.
But they don't want to like be with somebody that's like, whatever. Like, I'm like, yeah, it's like, whatever. It's like, you know, you need to be like, if you want to do gay shit, you gotta like
say it out loud.
You put your money where your mouth is.
Right.
And you have to admit it. And you can't just be like going to like things and like thinking
and maybe I'll be a girl next to another girl.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe we'll just like see each other and know. And it's like, I guess that probably could have happened, but it was just like,
you're just I'm going to be at that one concert and we're going to look at each other.
Yeah, like I'm like goal-oriented person. So I was like, okay, like fuck this. Like this kind of sucks. And like it's uncomfortable and it's way more vulnerable than like
because you had a crush on someone where nothing had really happened.
Yeah, and then I was like, this is actually like, I just remember it was like a year, my first year in New York, of like talking to my friends, like reading, like you said, reading my diary, of like me being like really scared and like saying the words like, I can't deal with being gay. Like I don't like, I was really scared. Like
what was the biggest fear, do you think?
It just changed everything, and it did change everything.
Right.
But I was like, I just know it's going to be so much to deal with. And I think that's like why I had to do it when I did, is like, I wouldn't have been ready to deal with it earlier. Like,
what do you think you were dealing with on the way to it?
Like, just like truly growing up a little bit. Like, I don't think I could have done it in college. Like, it was really emotional and vulnerable.
Yeah.
And to be like, I'm like, gay, like I don't know. I mean, it sounds like so like Glee, but like it really was. Like,
I am. Gay.
It really was like that.
Better.
It was just so like, yeah, and like my family was mad.
What am I, a Gleek?
You know? Yeah.
They were.
Yeah, like, they were mad. It was like really tough few like years, and like I knew I just felt like since I had already been doing stand up for so long, the people knew me one way and I had a persona, and then like to have to be like,
did your family not believe you? They're like, but you've been with all the boys. Yeah,
totally.
I could see that.
And yeah,
like this is just the culture. The pop culture is getting to her.
It was literally like such a burden. And I was just like, I don't want to deal with this burden. And then it got to the point where I was like, I can't be happy unless I like have to unless I deal with this.
What years were I feel
think like my year, I came out to my parents like I think the end of 2019.
Wow.
But I regret that, like the way I did it. But we don't have to talk about that. But and then in 2020 I was like, okay, I'm gonna like be like getting into some queer stuff, and then I remember like, so
you came out.
I came out before
you like experienced certain stuff.
And I thought from movies that's what you had to do.
Right.
I legitimately thought like you have to get permission.
No, but it's true. And I've talked about this on the show in different ways for many years about like myself, where I'm like, a thing I resent about these apps and stuff is that I have to like pick a word. I don't want to pick a word, because the way I grew up was my mom was with a woman till I was 8, but it was just like she fell in love with Nancy, blah, 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 you know? And it was very much like me being like, sometimes I'm attracted to someone, sometimes I'm not. Like the making of a declaration of it as being the thing that you like need to do is kind of annoying, because it feels like, it feels like, well, I don't know what the fucking word is yet. That's the whole point. I'm just like, need to like if there needs to be something instead, or you don't need to have to prove anything to, or say anything to anyone.
Yeah, I think if it's like feels
like I'm just gonna do some gay shit right now. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, you don't have to like preface like your life with like with any sort of identifiers unless it feels like liberating to you. Right.
If that's the thing. I think there are people who find like safety and identity and like what they need in those words. Yeah. And that's great. But if there's not one that is like screaming at you that's not like how you live, I think it's very much like tied to, it's like everything. We want like fucking gender and orientation and race and everything to mean exactly the same things to every single person, and it just doesn't. That's just not like the world we live in. And I wish to live in a world where it's just kind of assumed everyone's gonna maybe do some gay stuff at some point.
It's a really gay thing to say.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's true.
I think it's like, but I do think like, yeah, it's totally like valid. I think
not that everyone is gonna do some gay stuff. I think
no, but it's
true
like
that
only
that's the
somebody
world
who,
I would
who
like.
wants. Yeah, that's like so like clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's so funny.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, but like I think that it's also worth interrogating like resistance to words.
Totally.
Where like wait, like what feels uncomfortable?
I think what feels uncomfortable is, well, first of all, since I got on Field, I'm like, there's new words.
Oh,
there's new words.
Field has a lot of words that are like not real.
And this is what and my fear around the words is their ability to divide in certain ways when it's super unnecessary.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this word? I gotta look up in the dictionary. Just say what you want and know what you feel. You know what I mean?
Say what you want and know what you feel.
That's what I wish that the words always meant.
Totally.
Say what you want, know what you feel. And the thing is that changes. I think the words to like, okay, like right now I have it as like bisexual.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what a prison.
What's wrong with bisexual?
I don't know.
I think bisexual is so back. It's back, baby.
I only want to be one thing, bi-coastal.
Oh, come on.
No, I don't know. Because I think it's just like, I really think it's very much like some days I'm feeling so horny for a woman. And some days if that same woman tries to talk to me, I'm on boy mode right now. And maybe that's bisexual. I
think it's sounding bisexual,
but it's so in a moment. It's so in a, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, it's a prison. It's a prison. I'm just like, I'm just like, just let me vibe, man. But I guess what you're saying is you were probably like, let me vibe. And everyone's like, I'm not going to vibe with you on this journey. I'm not going to take you.
No, it wasn't like that.
No,
it was more like, I thought that I could like have this like sort of fly under the radar
and you could vibe
introduction.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
and
what
I sort of did, but at some point, if like, I also say this on stage, like you get so horny, you have to be brave.
So true.
Where it's like, you do have to eventually just like claim the space to be like, I am like kind of feeling homo.
Is that how you feel that you overcame the fears? You got too horny at one point, or how did you make the big step that
I
would
was
get you
like,
there?
Obviously this is like something I want to do. It's not like a movie where I'm like, I'm not even gay. I just like Nancy. Like, it's not like that. Like, I'm not like feeling inspired by like one person I know. It's like, it really is a more general thing. And I want to meet people.
Right.
And so like, if I want to be like, I'm open to like meeting and like dating and like, I want to do that. It's like, well, step one is like switch your Tinder on. And then number two, it's like,
switch it.
You've got to be like, yeah, like at the very least, like I'm queer. Like,
yeah.
And like to claim that.
Yeah. How did it feel when you did that? Was it on Twitter or not on Twitter? Was Tinder your formative moment of gayness?
No, I hope what I've conveyed.
Not really.
I hope what I've conveyed in this podcast is there was no formative moment.
No, of course. But the tangible like moment.
I mean, in the movie, maybe it would be.
Yeah.
But no, I'm sure. I think there were like 10 moments before that like, I mean, I think I literally came out to my parents before even like getting a Tinder.
Right.
Maybe I didn't, but like, I think there was something in me that knew that some people I knew might see me on there.
Right.
And that was like, well, fuck, that's scary, but like, okay.
Because I want to give everyone the, you know, okay, we acknowledge the fear and all the like here are the scariest moments. And here's how we overcame them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like you just genuinely, it's like the advice of like, whatever, like do it scared. Like you literally just have to like.
Marissa Goldman has been saying that to me all the time lately.
Yeah, you're kind of gay. Like you just kind of got to be like, I'm kind of gay and like do some gay stuff.
What's the scariest thing you've done since being gay? Now that you've become gay, you're not scared of anything? Yes or no?
I'm scared of.
What are you scared of now that you got over being gay?
That's actually so funny.
I feel that about getting punched and getting out of an abusive relationship, as I don't feel scared of anything.
Yeah.
In like, but like in stupid ways.
I don't feel as like limited by internal barriers. So
true.
Where I'm like, yeah, like I just basically tell the truth and like try my best.
So sick.
It's like, what else? Like, and I think that I really value, or like, I think somebody said to me, like, I don't remember, it's very basic. It could have been someone in my family, I have no idea, but it's like, you're the only person who has to live your life.
Right.
And you have to live it every day. And so it's like, if there's literally anything about it that you don't like you're the one facing the consequences of that.
Yeah, no, that's very much the lesson I think that I've learned in the last couple of years after all this trauma and drama is like, I think both the experiences I went through have a sort of element of like, I survived something. Like things were a little sketchy there. Yes. And I am alive. Oh no, I'm alive. Now I have to have awesome sex and I have to do, now I have no excuse because I did survive,
Yeah. Of like kind of what's going to be good for me? What do I want? Because like, if you're living literally just based on what you think you're supposed to do or what you think your parents want you to do or whatever, it's like they don't wake up in your life every day.
It's true.
You do. So it's like, okay, they can be pissed, but
are
fine. You pissed?
No.
Like, it's worse for you to be like upset
pissed.
than like for someone else to be upset about the way you're living.
So true.
So much worse.
Be happy.
Literally, like, try your best to be happy if you can.
Also, I remember that you were saying something about like all of those people from how there's like multiple people in your friend group that have like since come out as queer.
Yeah.
This is so real.
Yeah.
Because there's a friend group that I had in high school and this is also interesting, that I had crushes on multiple of them. And one was my first kiss. She's transgender now. Her name's Mia. There's another person that they were close friend, also transgender now. There's another person that I was kind of close with. Like they had a crush on me more at the time, non-binary. They were all like the closest friends together.
Yeah.
Frankly, in a ska band. they were all in a ska band, and now they're all women or non-binary.
That's really beautiful.
Make it make sense. It does.
It does.
It does.
It totally does. Yeah. We always find each other.
Yeah. And Sweet. I do think it's interesting. Listen, what does it mean that oh my God, now I'm realizing, what does it mean that my first two kisses, because technically my first kiss was Tori, my friend, who I ran into in Miami. That was crazy. She looks exactly the same. I should change her name. I ran into her in Miami. She's exactly the same. Very beautiful. Awesome. I used to be like, I should just have sex with Tori. And then I saw her in Miami and I was like, this would be it. But the vibes weren't vibing. I was like, you know what? That is my past. Yeah, that is actually totally my past.
Yeah.
But she stole my first kiss because I was gonna kiss who would then be my, boyfriend, but now my ex-girlfriend now. Mm-hmm. So both my first kisses were women. So
that's awesome. Yeah.
Could be gay fall.
I support
or at least
that.
Bisexual, because I do still love boys. That's my problem.
Yeah, it's okay.
Unfortunately, I do love boys. It sucks. It sucks.
I don't get it, but that's okay.
I know. I get it sometimes. Sometimes I really get it. And sometimes I'm like,
what am I doing here?
This is the ratio of hot to not hot is just normal. Especially being in LA, I'm having to really understand. Like I'll look at a man and I'll be like, is he hot? Or is he just like over 5'11" and has like the same 15 tattoos? Have you noticed that all these like fucking guys in LA, they look the same?
Yeah,
they do look the same.
Yeah.
But some of them are hot and some of them are just wearing the costume. So I have to really like look.
That's real.
That's
real. Literally.
That's kind of I'm out here now like this. Like, looking around.
Are you fooling me?
Are you fooling me?
The costume works sometimes.
Sometimes it does work, and it's about to be Halloween. What are you going to be? Something sexy?
I was thinking about being Ryan from High School Musical.
It's funny because I said something sexy and you said Ryan. I was like, you're going to do something wild and crazy, Ryan.
I'm like, I want to wear a pink fedora.
I think that's great.
Chill.
I think I actually really like it for you.
It'll make me feel really special.
I think that you could really kind of bop around town in that. Yeah, and I think that people are gonna shout "slay" at you from across the street.
I think so too.
Allison, thank you so much for coming on the Return Pod. Do you have any other closing thoughts on reflecting upon your life?
Everybody get more embodied now.
Feel your bones, meditate.
Yeah, meditate. Feel your bones. When you feel your bones, when you meditate.
What do you want to plug?
I have a podcast called Decadence. I've got, when is this coming out?
It can come out whenever you want. It can come out next week.
I'm doing an hour in New York on November 7th at Club Cumming.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Great. That's all Free Palestine. All right.
Yes.